You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Brownie Boo. What's going on, buddy?
I put out. Wow, we're starting on a bad note again. I put my hand out to shake.
I didn't see it from
shake
here. I thought you were just doing
sure. No, I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm joking.
God. Oh,
I'm trying to be.
And we usually do a dab.
We did.
I know we
right
did.
at the start.
So I wouldn't think to do a dap and a handshake.
Well, I just put my hand out as
what's next? What's next? The penis?
If you want to. I mean, I don't know. I put my hand out as an olive branch.
Why? Is there an issue?
No,
then what do we need an olive branch for?
No, there was, and I'm trying to make amends.
Why was there?
Well, there's always issues because
no,
this show is daddy issues.
I did not think there were any issues. So is this something we're talking about?
You know what? I'm joking, but in the a lot of people listening to this might not, because they're not Patreon. But on the last Patreon episode,
first 20 minutes,
you should all join the Patreon if you care about us at all. Because look,
it helps Bronny out.
Here's the real thing, though. So we've been doing this for almost 2 years. You get 2 years of free. This is completely free to you. How amazing is that, right? This is my pitch. For 2 years, you've enjoyed us for free, and we're happy to do it because we like talking and we like that you guys like to listen. But this is one of the only free forms of content that you can ever get. I guess TV's free. No, it's not. You have to pay.
You have to pay.
Well, Netflix, you have to pay. So slide a little $5. Patreon.com/daddyissuespod.
I honestly think that in reality, thanks.
I mean, can we close this door? Mom's in the kitchen making. Do you not hear all that noise?
Oh, then you got to get banks next. Mom's leaving.
I mean, if mom's leaving, then it's fine.
Mom's leaving. So I actually think I'm dead serious right now, and we value and appreciate you guys. And
I don't unless you're a Patreon member. I don't value nor appreciate you.
I'm giving a sales pitch
unless you give me $5.
Don't interrupt me. So what I'm saying is, you love Jon and Bron. We get it. $1.25 a fucking week. It's a game change for Bronson. Bronson is full time. So I'm sort of calling in a favor to my listeners.
Right, to every single one of you.
I think you really need to fucking bite the bullet and do it.
I better see the Patreon tomorrow go up by 2,000.
Try it. It's $1.25 a week. I promise. Just try the fucking thing.
Mom, can you please try to be a little bit quieter?
Yeah, unfucking real. I know. I thought she was fucking.
Is she building a house with bricks?
I thought she was doing a Home Depot.
Yeah, it sounds like she's.
So let me get back to this. So it's $1.25 a week. It doesn't do anything.
Mom, all right, stop building, already. Mom.
Like, what the fuck could you be doing?
Mom's on a construction site in the kitchen.
No, what are you doing?
Ow. Cleaning out the ice maker,
Mom. Now you gotta fucking do the ice maker.
Mom, I'll clean out the ice maker tomorrow. When this is done. I'll do it when it's done.
Why? I think it's an illness.
Mom, it's an illness. Mom, I'm asking you nicely. We need the quiet. And I need to keep the door open to the studio because it's the dog.
I think we got to start over.
No, we can't.
No, I think she has a fucking illness. We watch a fucking movie. What do you start doing? Cleaning the pots. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, just go. Be careful and safe.
I'll clean just go fucking be careful and safe.
So listen, let me get back to what I was trying to say, then we'll get on to the podcast.
We're in the podcast.
No. Okay, can you not? Can you stop? Just stop. Don't talk. I'm in the middle of talking, and I don't be crying.
So you're getting mad at me. I'm not doing
but
anything.
I'm literally trying to help you, not me.
Okay, right.
I don't get a penny out of this. I'm trying to help you. You're like, we're in the podcast. I know we're in the podcast.
But that's how.
That's how you think. Change your thought process.
No, don't. No. We're not starting this on the wrong foot.
I love you.
I came in with a smile on my face.
I responded. Don't be you completely.
Yeah, but you're being me through the smile.
No, I'm trying to help you. Right. And you're literally cutting me. You've cut me off 6 times. I'm trying to help you.
As have you. But
I'm trying to help you.
Yes. That was me zipping my lips.
I'm now fucking triggered. So all I'm saying is, let me see if I can. Oh, fuck. So here's what I want to say. It's $1.25 a week. We love you guys. We get a lot of great positive stuff. I'm telling you, this is what Bron does full time. It's not try it for a couple of months. It's very easy. It'll mean a huge of the world to Bronson. And I'm asking, and I'm sort of asking, I'm calling a favor right now. I want all you guys to do this for me, from Jon for Daddy Issues. I think you owe it to us. We've changed your life. We've improved your life. You've been a part of our family for 2 years. I think at this point, for $1.25 a week, you join the Patreon. And Bronson, how do they join the Patreon?
It's patreon.com/daddyissuespod.
One more time, Bronson.
The link will also be in the description.
I know, but go ahead.
but it's patreon.com/daddyissuespod.
So if you guys can pause this for a moment, you're not missing anything.
Or keep it going, and we'll just
enjoy it. And by next time we come back next week, it'll be a game changer for Bronny. Okay? And it'll be perfect. So I thank you. Love you guys. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
You're the one with
what we were saying, and then we went into the whole sales pitch, was last Patreon episode, the first 25 minutes, we were in a pretty intense fight, disagreement.
As you know, because I get this a lot, one, Bronson entrusts me a lot, just so you know, okay? And two, he has that certain... But why we can't? I don't want to go into that.
Because I was just going to say that is in the past, and we're fine now.
But
did you see how interesting that was? I said, we got in a fight, and you said, yes, Bronson interrupts me, and he gets in a mood.
You want to bang him more?
No, but it's interesting. You made it. I said, we got in a fight, putting it on both of us, and you said, yeah, Bronson gets in a bad mood, and Bronson interrupts me. So you made it that it was fully my fault. Did you not hear what you just did?
You caused the fight.
You just did that.
I'm your father.
A fight's a two-way street. So what? That means you're impervious to causing problems?
No, but I'm your father, and you were the one that triggered it.
Okay, but what does that mean? You're my father. Yes, you are. And also, we got in a fight. That's not one or the other.
We got in a fight. It was not good. And some people tend to like it, though.
Ross, sorry, was that an interruption?
Yes, of course.
Okay, sorry.
I'm literally in 4 words in the sentence. Some people, we'll talk about Ross in a moment. Some people contacted me and said, I actually liked it because I got some insight and I realized that I'm not alone with my father and my son or the issues, whatever. So it was sort of interesting to see that you two are just like real people and you have your shit as well. So I did get positive. I didn't like it. I think we were redundant. It lasted 20 something minutes.
We were we were just annoyed.
Right. We said the same thing over, I think 15 fucking times.
We weren't even saying anything. We were just
annoyed. It was the
annoyed.
same repetitive bullshit. We went down the rabbit hole.
But everyone gets like that
It's called life.
Right.
What did Ross say?
I was out with my friend Ross last night. Shout out Ross, who is a Patreon member. Homie.
Thank you, Ross.
And he's a loyal listener. We were out last night and he was like, dude, that last Patreon episode got heated, but I loved it. He was like, it was so interesting to hear your fight. And he was like, I get like that shit too. And he was like, I'm honestly surprised that doesn't happen more often. Because it's like the fact that you can even sit down with your dad multiple hours a week and it's always normal. And then once a year you get in a fight like that. He's like, I've expected for months you guys need to to hear like you guys were going to take a break from the podcast, because he's like, fathers and sons can't do that without fighting as much. So I was like, yeah. I mean, it's fine.
So right now I get, as you know, get triggered easily. So like even talking about the fights get my body a little.
Why?
Because I have a very strong person. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying my personality is correct. I'm saying that I have a tendency of needing to be right, which is not always a good thing. And therefore those things get me worked up. But that's not where I wanted to go.
You're getting tense in your shoulders. You're like scrunching your neck.
But so I will tell you, so like we for the top tier Patreon, we do a month end Zoom with the top tier Patreon members. And last one we did, it was great because we had some of the original, the OG people that we haven't seen that listened every week but didn't come on the Zoom for a couple of months or 8 months, whatever. That's been from the very beginning. And it was so good. I just wanted to make bring a point out. That was so good seeing them, wasn't it? I really, I started off saying I'm going to do a half an hour because I had fucking court the next day.
But you do that every single week. Or every single month.
It lasted over 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it was good. I enjoyed that one.
No, it's fun because now
that one did not stress me out.
There are listeners that we get to know.
They're friends.
Yeah, well, did you say that one you didn't stress me out?
That one didn't stress me out. Because I'm always like, I have so much work, but I enjoyed the 2 hours with them. That's what I mean.
It was great.
Yeah.
Because we're like we have friends from them.
But they sort of like to fight. They didn't like us fighting.
It was just a change.
It was just somewhat real. And we don't really fight often. I was saying during that Zoom that when you're a parent, it's different when you fight with your spouse because you don't want to fight with your child. It's not about being right or wrong, and it's hard. You still need to, even though I'm close to my boys, you still need to keep that separation because now mom and I, you kids have become a lot like friends and equals, but we still have to balance that with a parent first and foremost. Mm-hmm. And because we're all so close, and because we say whatever we want to fucking say, it's sometimes hard to find that line
from both of our sides.
Yeah, so I don't blame you guys when you start saying things like we start talking about sexual things or like stupid things.
Yeah.
I don't like.
When? What do you mean?
No, I'm saying when.
Just in general.
Like when we talk about this one's jerking off, or you're talking about cum. You know, like
yeah.
no, but that's what we do.
I know, but
when
sometimes it's like we're
mom's
too
not there-
close.
Wait, when mom's not there, when mom's there, I'm like, Bron,
Right.
it's your mom. But
I know.
I don't fault you because this is
Because it's
what
like
we
that's
do.
what the family does.
This
But
is
then
what
it's
we
also
did.
like is that a little messed up that we do that? Yeah,
It's-
probably.
it's-
Is it who we are? Yes.
It's not messed up.
It is. It is messed up. For mom to know like my intimate details of my sex life.
Do it. When we're in the Zoom, the last Zoom with our top tier Patreon members. Bronson showing his nighttime routine.
Well, that's not weird. They were asking because I have my whole
bidet
bathroom
first,
is plastic free. Because you guys know my thoughts on plastic, and I don't want it in my body. So all the people in
Which
the
I
Patreon,
respect that, by the way. I totally support you.
they were asking about
Look, nobody wants to give him love.
the dog.
Banks in the room, and he came over to me. I'm like, no, Banks, leave me alone. Then he went right over to Bronson. Bronson pushed him away.
He gets in my fucking
He
face.
just wants love.
They were asking about my plastic-free routine, so I showed them in the bathroom. I showed what toothpaste I use. I showed what toothbrush I use. I showed that I don't use toilet paper because I use a bidet, and I know that's bitch, but I don't care because
you
when
need
my
to wipe and clean
offspring,
it.
when my offspring is full of testosterone, and yours isn't,
you never knock on. You never talk about your offspring.
then you'll be laughing,
McDonald's
or I'll
had
be
a
laughing.
farm. Yeah. You don't jinx yourself with that shit.
No, you're right. You're right. But I'm just trying to set up the future generations of your you work so hard. I'm just trying to continue on the strong genes of the blues. That's what I'm doing.
You, bud. Good looking.
And so whenever you're like, you're so retarded, you use this weird toothpaste. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to be healthy.
You don't want to say I'm only teasing.
Of course,
because I literally don't mean you're retarded.
I know.
And maybe I shouldn't, but I think you know my personality and you know my
You think I'm being serious?
I would never want to.
No,
right.
no.
Okay, I would never want to offend my
No,
boys.
I just think it was interesting. Yeah, I agree with you that there's sometimes where it's like weird
But that's
to
normal.
walk because I'm older. Like I'm older than I used to be. Like I live on my own, but then I'm home and it's like I still am your kid, but I'm used to living on my own and I feel like I'm an adult, but I'm still your kid. So I think sometimes on both sides it's like,
but
I think that's why one of the reasons I was annoyed last week because might sound bad, but I don't mean it bad at all. Is like I think the last 2 weeks I just spent a little too much time with you guys because think about it. That's Banks with his toy. I was with you for like 4 out of the 7 days of both of the weeks. Because like I slept in Boca Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you guys came down to Miami Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I spent with you guys for like 2 weeks straight.
Okay.
And it's just because I'm so used to living on my own.
I don't take any offense to that, by the way.
I don't,
just so you know.
Right. And then this week, like I didn't see you guys at all until yesterday. And then I was like very happy to see you guys because I didn't see you in a little while.
So you think that's why you were a little bit in
I
a
think
funk
so.
for
I
2
think
weeks?
I was just like a little. And in the moment, I didn't realize it, but now in hindsight, I'm a reflective enough person. I can think about my thoughts and be mindful about what I'm doing. And I think that's what was. I think I was just annoyed, which I'm sure you get. Like I'm sure sometimes when you go back and stay with your parents, like over the years.
Oh no, I won't even go. But boy, I'm not close with them like you are with us.
But still, but you know what I mean.
People, when we got certain people. And you see them too much, you do get annoyed.
Sometimes you're just.
I get
it's
it.
Not annoyed. I wasn't annoyed at you. I was just annoyed with myself by being like, because I'm so used to living on my own, and then when I come here and live here, it's like I sometimes have to do things I don't want to do, which is part of being a kid, part of doing for other people too. Like sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do, but it's like when I'm so
do my Wemo lights.
When I'm so used to doing my own thing, and then for like most of my week now, I can't do what I want to do. It's frustrating, I guess.
Okay. I get it. I have no issue with that. I hear you loud and clear. I really do. I mean that. That's not blowing smoke up your ass. But because when if we see certain people and I love them, but I need somebody you get a little annoyed. You need to step back because I get it. It's hard to explain, but I do understand it.
Right.
But I'm fine with that. That's not an issue. But I also
and it's fine now.
I like the fact that we're close. I like the fact that we can speak our mind and say what we want as long as we say it in a respectful way. And as the parent, I'm going to be the one to say, you can't say it in front of your mom or whatever. And it's not a negative. It just is a normal thing. And so I will balance that. And the podcast also brings us to a different level than just a father and son relationship because of what this podcast has done for our family with the boy. It just is an interesting thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So join the Patreon.
Right.
Join.
This was all a pitch for that.
But
I do. No,
need to join.
That was a joke.
I know.
But I do, as I was reflecting this week, I was just because I was like, I think I just need a little time to myself.
Did you get your time to yourself?
I definitely did, and I feel good now.
Good,
I not, like the last 2 days I've been with you, I've been in a much better mood, have I not?
See you before today? We went to
Did I not see you yesterday? We had lunch yesterday.
Where did we go to lunch? I can't remember.
Chugs in the Grove. We spent all day yesterday.
Yeah,
Yesterday together.
Yes, that was nice.
Yeah.
So the thing is, which I find very interesting. The more I know this is a weird thing. All I see are these men in Miami. They're so. I know we talk about this all the time. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it.
They're so feminine.
But it's unbelievable. I'm not talking about a small, thin guy. That's not what I'm talking about. But a conscious effort to dress feminine. But they're not transitioning. That's not what I'm saying. They're not doing that.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Like the guy that was the host at the place you went to the other day.
Great example.
Okay. I'm just shocked that
so describe this person.
So he
was probably gay, right?
Possibly. But, and again, I don't care about someone's
thanks
sexuality.
with this toy. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So he seemed like a nice kid. He was a nice kid. He probably was in his 20s. Black pants, black dress
Tight.
shirt, open. What?
Tight black pants.
Yeah. But earrings, a tight tank.
He was alt. He was alt for those.
What's that mean?
It's just what he was.
He might have had makeup on.
Probably. He probably had eyeliner
Right.
on. I think he had nail polish.
It just was so, and very nice kid. There was nothing wrong, but I'm like, oh my God, does men, and then every man has a man bun. Every man.
I mean, yeah, we definitely talked about how men are less.
I just don't
masculine.
get it. Hopefully it changes. But it was
it's literally because there's less testosterone in the men, and then the culture is even making it more. But men are born less masculine.
How do women not like manly men?
They do. That's the problem, and that's maybe one of the reasons why there's so much divorce. That's maybe one of the reasons why no one's happy.
Married.
Because it's like the women in modern day American culture are telling the men that being masculine is bad, right? Toxic masculinity. No, Banks. He can't be playing with the toy.
Go. No more with the toy.
He doesn't understand English.
He does. No, he's gifted.
He's going to knock into the tripod.
All right, good boy.
Idiot.
I don't know. I just thought that they're as a guy, I could say that guy's a dude, like a man, like a good looking guy. Not in a sexual way, but you can appreciate
that guy. Oh, or just in general.
A guy. It's a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You can be like, that's a fucking stud.
That's a dude.
Yeah.
Right. These men are so feminine.
That's what the culture is telling men to be.
The women cannot like it.
Think about who the sex symbols are right now. Harry Styles.
Oh my God.
Who wears women's clothes.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Right, exactly.
Oh
they wear women's clothes. They wear painted nails.
And they get the hottest chicks.
They wear makeup.
How?
Right. Those are the modern day sex symbols. But then again, now that I think about it, the sex symbols in the 70s and the 80s were also super feminine. Think about all the rock stars who had extremely long hair. They wore makeup.
Wait.
They wore literal women's dresses.
Wait, I want to talk about
Steven Tyler looks like a woman. But he was a sex symbol.
No, couple things.
Axl Rose looks like a woman.
Couple things. I think when I talk about sex symbols back in the day, it was like James Dean, Burt Reynolds.
No, that was the 50s. I'm talking about 80s.
No, but men. The sex symbol you're talking about, I just think rockers, that's a different genre.
Right, but Machine Gun Kelly's a rocker. Harry Styles is a rock star.
But
I think they're even trying to I think Machine Gun Kelly is emulating those 80s guys. I think he's probably emulating a Bret Michaels or a Joe Perry. That's what his vibe is.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. I don't like it.
But
I don't think women like it. I think they just are convincing themselves they do.
I hear what you're saying, but
he's more feminine than Machine Gun Kelly.
I get it, but back then, or they would it's a little.
But I think you're looking at it through rose-colored glasses.
I think you might be right.
I think Machine Gun Kelly and Harry Styles are doing the same thing that Steven Tyler and Bret Michaels did back in the day.
But as a guy, when I look at Steven, Bret Michaels is different. Bret Michaels is just a rocker. Steven Tyler looks like
Bret Michaels wore eyeliner.
Yeah, that's true.
He wore jewelry.
Yeah,
he would wear really, really tight pants. He had long curly hair like a woman.
You're right.
You're
right.
Painted nails. They did all that shit.
Yeah.
30 bracelets. They did women shit.
Yeah.
And women wanted to fuck them.
Is that shocking? It's shocking.
Yeah. But also women are bizarre. Women don't know what they want.
Women are retarded.
Women say they want one thing and then they want something different. Or they want something different and they say they want something. I don't know. It's all.
No offense, you were retarded.
Yeah. It's
not just you, them.
Me too. Everyone is. No. All humans are retarded. We're all fucked.
And my God. You see, you're too young to think like that.
No, but I don't think of that. I don't mean that in a bad way. We're all messed up, but that's what makes us human.
I don't think so.
Wow, boom. Oh, I meant like a mic drop thing.
Everyone's going.
We're all messed up.
I'm going to text my friends. Call me 9.3.
Good for you.
I'm just saying. I should have said 9.7.
You brought that up out of nowhere.
Because I'm thinking when you say
I'm talking about that we're all messed up, and you're like,
No.
you know, my friends think I'm a 9.3.
No, they don't think I'm a 9.7. You're missing the content. My brain works in a very weird way. So what do you...
Right, we're all retarded.
That's not retarded. That's not retarded. You're weird, Bronny.
Yes, but what I'm saying is we all are weird. Maybe I'm the least weird and everyone else is weird. How was that?
He sneezed.
That was a sneeze?
Yeah, whatever. So what do we got going? Anything interesting? Because we never get to our time. No, so we're done.
No, there actually is a lot of interesting stuff. And there was something I wanted to talk about, but we can get into it later because there was like this new thing the new story that's going on that's so bizarre. And it's like just breaking yesterday or the day before.
What is it?
And it's bizarre. And I don't know any of the details yet, so we can kind of learn about it together. So you know the actor Armie Hammer?
No.
You do.
Isn't that stuff that goes in the refrigerator?
Arm and Hammer. Yeah, this guy's name is Armie Hammer.
It's not his real name.
You know him. He was in The Social Network. He was in
Let me see him.
Man vs. Uncle.
Oh, the big guy?
Yeah.
Great movie, by the way. That doesn't look like him.
Yeah, that's him.
Wait, Bryce.
He played the Russian guy.
Bryce is calling. I got to take it.
Why? Why do you have to take it?
It's Bryce. He can be on the. He's driving up here.
Okay, and he's gonna say, "All right, I'm driving up."
Bryce, what's up? And I'm in a pod, bud.
Can you open the gate for me? I'm still outside.
Let me try to do that while I'm here. 1 minute. That's all. You don't have to apologize, buddy. You're not parking on the front? Oh, you're right. All right. I just opened it for you. Is it opening? All right, bye, buddy.
Riveting content.
Yeah, well, I'm here for my
That's
boys.
His name is Armie Hammer. Actually, I think he's part of the. Oh yeah, he is. He's part of the Arm and Hammer family.
Seriously?
That's where he made his money. A son of the businessman Michael Hammer and great son of the oil tycoon Armie Hammer. Who was Armie? Armie Hammer was an American businessman who owned.
He looks like money. Look at him to the right.
Petroleum. Yeah, I mean, he was. I mean, look how big his Wikipedia page is. So they're like probably like billionaires.
Do we have
American royalty?
Do we have Wikipedia pages?
Nah.
How do we get one?
I mean, you could just make one. But so he comes from money for sure. But so he's a famous actor, right? There's this new thing that there were people. There was a couple that was staying at a hotel in the Cayman Islands that had like it was like a timeshare hotel.
Uh-huh.
And so they're like people that work at the timeshare hotels who are like trying to sell timeshares.
Yeah, the worst. Yeah, he's not selling.
This couple took pictures, or these people took pictures of him working in the sales office of this timeshare resort and posted it, and we're like, is this Armie Hammer?
Maybe he owns the fucking resort. And he's just happened to be
So what it is, and then all these, like, that was posted like a couple days ago, and then now other people have gone to the resort to be like, I got to see this. And he's working, and he's denying it. He says, I'm not, it's not me. But it's him. It's very obviously him. And he's just working there. It's not like so they're new, like, look, literally, I typed in Armie Hammer. This is 2 hours ago. Is Armie Hammer selling timeshares? What we know, 1 day ago, Armie Hammer working as timeshare salesman in Cayman Islands after denying he's a resort concierge. So it's like a brand new thing no one knows yet.
Show me the photos.
Let's see. Armie Hammer is working as a timeshare salesman in the Caribbean, despite previously denying claims he'd taken up a new career. The actor, 35, was spotted at the Moritz Resort office last month. Yeah. Is that Moritz?
You said Moritz? Oh.
Is that a thing? Is that a company?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe St. Moritz. I don't know.
No. That's the name of the resort.
Okay.
He was wearing a blue polo shirt and going over pricing for a unit with a couple of potential buyers.
That's not him.
During the pitch, he reportedly offered the potential buyers a timeshare for $2,020 per week, or only about $21,000 for 10 years of vacation. Yesterday, photos of Hammer snapped on June 29th, walking to the office while sporting a clean-shaven look. The getup was similar to one of the hotels. So here's the picture.
That's not him.
But then it gets.
It's not him. It looks like him.
No, but look. So here's from the resort. This person said, my friend's parents went on vacation to the Cayman Islands, and Armie Hammer was their concierge. This is a flyer from the resort. I mean, who knows? They might have photoshopped this. But it's a picture of Armie, and it says, regards, Armie. It gives his extension, and it says, welcome to beautiful Grand Cayman.
It doesn't even look
I'm
like
your
him.
Personal concierge and here to help you. No, that's a picture of Armie Hammer. That is, for sure. I have discount vouchers for swimming with dolphins, excursions, turtle
Makes
farm.
no sense because he has money.
Isn't that weird? Look,
Unless
here's a picture of him in the office that someone snapped.
Do you think he's doing it for a movie he's working on?
Look, here's another picture of him walking into the office.
Let me see him. Make it bigger.
This says TMZ reported that the former entertainer was heard pitching the benefits of owning property. The speculations first began after a pamphlet from the resort featuring the actor was circulated on Twitter.
I thought he was bigger than that.
However, the Call Me By Your Name star's lawyer told Variety that the post was nothing more than a prank. But then look, these people went to... Look, these are pictures at the resort. That's him. Walking into the resort.
He's small. He looked much bigger.
Well, you can fluctuate
So
size.
wait, so Bryce, Bronny.
I'm Bronson.
Oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ! I made a mistake.
It's not that big of a deal. Oh my God.
He's got to be doing this for a movie if it is actually him.
Go
to the next one.
That's not how it works. You don't just like clock in at a day job to get. You just sit there and watch for research for a movie. You don't. This says his lawyer stated it was a joke done by Hammer's friends from the hotel where he has resided for. Wait, what? Yeah, his lawyer said it was a joke done by his friends from the hotel where he has resided for over a year following sexual assault allegations made against him in 2021. The since deleted tweet reads, "My friend's parents went on vacation." The pamphlet included, so they're saying he is living at the hotel, but other people are seeing him working there. I don't know. It's bizarre.
Weird.
And so it said his sexual assault allegations. Do you know what those were?
No.
There were reports that he was wanting the girls that he was to have sex with. He was wanting to eat them. He was wanting them to like cut off little pieces of them and eat them. So look, if I Google Armie Hammer, I bet the first thing that will come up is cannibal.
Please.
So look, if I do Armie Hammer cannibal,
and you think we're retarded?
The fall of Armie Hammer, a family saga of sex, money. This is from Vanity Fair. Here's from Complex. Armie Hammer, breakdown of cannibalism and abuse scandal.
Oh, I have chills.
So this says...
Wow, what's with these fucking people?
He found himself in the midst of some major controversy after a woman who said she had an intimate relationship with him created an account on Instagram to share gruesome details. The woman shared screenshots of conversations that allegedly occurred between Hammer and multiple women via Instagram. While most people wouldn't be surprised at the nature of dirty talk, the alleged conversations included talk of rape, the desire to inflict pain on his partners, and one in which the actor reportedly said he was, quote, 100% a cannibal. It says, while a lot of the focus and reactions from the public have centered around the sexual fetishes, from BDSM to drinking blood, cutting toes, and his alleged cannibalism, the real focus here should be on the women who say they were abused. Oh, fuck you. I want to know about the cannibalism.
Oh, my God.
Like he said, these are DMs from him to girls. Text me about me breaking your bones while raping you. And
that's him saying that.
Yep.
Okay, by the way, who would ever put that in writing?
On Instagram, nonetheless.
No, you can't get rid of it on Instagram?
You can unsend, I guess.
Wait.
Now you can.
Okay, something's wrong with you because that's crazy. Like, take that shit to the grave.
It gets even more. So look, these texts. And he said, I'm going to think of breaking your bones. Talk to me. Text me. Text me about me breaking your bones while raping you. And I'll send you the voice note while I come while reading it. I know. My cock is in my hand and I'm thinking of breaking your ribs. From Armie Hammer.
Bullshit.
Wow. Head rush. This is a new one. Just how completely brand you, tattoo you, mark you, shave your head and keep your hair with me. Cut a piece of your skin off and make you cook it for me. I mean, I feel like the test can be endless. Whose slave master relationship is the strongest?
Okay.
We'd win. When I tell you to slit your wrist and use the blood as lube for anal.
Okay, I want to say something for a moment. How do you know that's not fake? Because look at it. Because there's no response to it. You don't know. So you don't know.
It's true.
I mean,
but
no,
it's like multiple people have corroborated, and he dipped. He left the country.
No one fucking speaks like that.
He left the country. This happened. He didn't say anything, and he left the country, and now is living in the Cayman Islands at a timeshare resort.
Weird
selling
shit.
Timeshares. It's bizarre.
Wow. Oh my God. Doesn't it give you creeps?
I want to see your brain, your blood, your organs, every part of you. I would definitely bite it 100% or try to fucking not sure which. If I fucked you into a vegetative state, I'd keep you, feed you, wash you, and keep fucking you. Can you take the dog?
That's crazy. Hi, Brycey Boo.
Yeah.
Wow. What's with people? You think they think
it's because they're rich.
Yeah, because
they have nothing else to do.
That they think they're above it. I think they think they're above it.
I don't think that. I think if you grow up in a billionaire's family, he's a good-looking dude. If you're a good-looking dude, you're given everything in your life. You're a famous A-list actor. Women are throwing themselves at you. I don't think you think you're above.
You know, I think
your
high,
brain just changes.
I think what was your high, you have to keep increasing your high.
Right. The
level.
Yeah. The goalposts keep getting moved for.
The line is saying case pushback. Should
right.
Keep doing this all day?
For what turns you on, what excites you. I mean, it's like adrenaline junkies.
Yes, 100%.
Or even like extremely successful businessmen. Once they've achieved all they can achieve, it's like they
It's
start to do
anticlimactic.
crazy shit.
Yeah,
They start to try to go to Mars.
But you could see it, can't you?
No, it makes
Understand
sense.
it.
I mean,
But
wanting
that's-
to break someone's
that's
bones and rape them
crazy
doesn't make
shit.
sense.
Remember the movie with the guy from who played he was in the Avengers with the guy with the arm.
The guy with the
The
arm.
black hair. What's his
Winter. His name's
what's his name in the movie?
yeah. The movie is fresh, but his name is Sebastian Stan.
Right, but
Sebastian.
what's his name in the movie?
Winter Soldier or Bucky?
Yeah, Bucky, right. So Fresh, the movie.
Fresh.
Bizarre. Still gives me creeps in my back.
Fresh is a movie. Yeah, it was interesting up until the end. Then it got stupid.
No, but I bet that shit goes on.
For those who don't know, it's basically just about like an elite ring of rich people who hire this doctor to kidnap women and cut them up into like pieces of
Keeps
steak.
him alive until he can't.
Yeah, and he cuts them up, and then he cooks up the food, and these rich people eat the humans.
He ships out the organs and shit.
Yeah.
Like fried.
I'm sure it happens, but I'm sure it's not like big. I'm sure there's some people who are like
But isn't that crazy?
wanting to try. But we've talked about wanting
Yes.
to try human. I would try it.
I would never.
And I would. If I was given the opportunity.
Okay, you have your whole future ahead of you, Bronny.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're gonna want to meet a girl. You don't have to go to politics. I wouldn't. Why even say that?
I want to go into politics.
No, but why would you say this? This is something you can have.
I've already said it on the show.
Delete it.
It got removed from TikTok.
Did it?
I say that. Yeah.
You need to deny this if you ever. And it says
I would only do it. You don't have the curiosity
I have zero curiosity
of what it even tastes like. That you're lying
No.
to yourself. Everybody has a
No,
curiosity.
I don't. No,
I would never want to do it.
It grosses
If
me out. No,
like I wouldn't say, yeah, I'll order the human, but
I'll order the human. I'm glad you. So you've lied.
if a human died naturally, like they weren't killed for the purpose of me eating them, they died naturally, and it was clean and safe.
I would.
You
not try
wouldn't
it.
just
I would
wouldn't take a little bite.
100%. I would never try it.
I think I would have.
I never
to.
tried an olive, dude. Okay,
You're a bitch.
I never tried a snail.
Why? Snails are so good.
They're
You're
only-
missing out.
No, they're only good because you put them in the garlic and oil.
So, what if you put human in the garlic and oil?
But that's my point. It's still shit.
No, but
No.
Also, they say that human probably wouldn't taste good because primates don't taste good. Chimps don't taste good. Gorillas don't taste good.
Okay.
And we're the same. Also,
I am telling you, I would never try it, and I'm telling you, right, redact that statement. Did you see what Biden did? How he repeated in the prompter?
yeah, I felt so bad for him.
Oh my God, me too.
I felt so bad for him.
Oh my God,
the best part
you
was the
felt
guy
bad.
in the back of the video was holding a laugh.
No, let me show you that. Boy, the best is repeat line.
So he was reading from the teleprompter and
Oh.
he got to the end and he said, end of line, repeat.
No, he said end of quote.
Yeah.
Repeat
Okay.
line.
Yeah, same
Right,
thing.
I'm just saying it.
I know,
Brian.
but when I correct you, you're like, oh, fucking asshole.
And we're gonna go back to a fight now.
Most people think of summer balls as like beach balls at the beach, or like a football that you're throwing around in the yard for summer.
Do most people think of that?
I don't know, but I don't. When I think of summer balls, I think of my balls being fully smooth as a baby's butt. Maybe I shouldn't say baby and balls in the same sentence, but my balls are ready for the summer thanks to my whole array of Manscaped products and ointments. My balls are fully prepared for the summer heat, summer festivities. It's a hot girl summer. You're having fun out there. More people are seeing your balls than normal during the summer, usually, hopefully, if it's a good summer for you. And so you got to get those balls prepared with Manscaped.
Okay, Brady. Manscaped, as you know, we're a big advocate of Manscaped, and it's phenomenal. It's the best. It does keep you cool. I mean, you have to have, even your ass and your taint have to be fucking shaved.
Oh, it's not just the balls.
No,
I
it's
use my
great.
So I have the Lawnmower 4.0, which is the trimmer, best state-of-the-art, brand new wireless charging, LED light, Manscaped skin-safe technology. You don't need to worry about nicks or cuts or anything. I have that. I actually have two of them. I have one for my face and chest, and I have one for my whole
I
ball
use the
taint.
same one. I would just clean. I should get two.
You should. Yeah. Everyone listening should get two because then you don't have to worry about it. Like I have one that's just for my face, and then I have one that I can get all up in the
I
asshole.
don't use it on my face.
Oh, I do.
See, you have a fucking Brillo beard.
Yeah.
I don't use
Oh,
it.
no, I
front.
have to use it on my face.
No,
and it
I just
works.
use a regular
It
razor.
whacks the fucking...
Yeah, but I can't. So then I'm fine. Mine's
Yeah.
just for balls and that ass. But my ass, I do it after I shower, and then I clean it. Like I don't do it with dirty ass.
Okay. I mean, then, yeah. So I use that, and then I also use, which is your favorite thing, The ultra smooth package has the crop shaver blade, which is this unbelievable. It's like magic. It has this, I don't even know how Manscaped achieved it, but you put these little ointments on your balls, then you take this little razor that Manscaped offers, and you can get so smooth on your balls, and you don't have to worry about it cutting.
I use it on my chest, and I push hard. Nothing.
Yeah, you don't even feel like it's cutting anything. It's insane.
How does it not cut you?
I really don't know. That's why I say it's like magic.
Yeah.
So that's the
nice
ultra smooth
shaft
package.
is all clean and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, don't talk to me about your shaft, but it's fine.
No, oh my God.
But definitely that's the ultra smooth package, which I love. And then after I'm done with that, like I have a whole summer regimen because it's so hot out. It gets swampy down there during the summer. So I trim it with the lawnmower. Then I use the crop shaver and I get it all the way shaved down. Then I take the crop reviver, which is like a type of deodorant almost. It's an ointment, like a lotion that Manscaped sells that is a ball deodorant. And so what you do is you put it on your balls after you shave it. And first of all, it makes it smell good so that, if anyone's going down there, you don't have to worry about the smell because you never know after a day out in the sun or whatever. And it keeps the moisture away, like deodorant under your armpits. Yep. So it makes it smelling good and it keeps it so it's like dry and not swampy. So like I from start to finish, Manscaped products hook me up for the summer and they can hook you up too. So if you head over to manscaped.com, you can get all this stuff and more. You can get the shampoo, 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, the body wash,
underwear,
the deodorant, underwear for sure,
nose trimmer.
Yeah, the whole shebang. You can get my whole bathroom is stocked. So it's manscaped.com. You use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off and free shipping on your entire order, everything at the store. So you definitely got to get your balls or your vag ready for the summer.
True. I'm being honest. Why wouldn't girls use it?
Of course. It should be called Humanscaped, not Manscaped.
Because if they use that razor,
it's better than any Venus or whatever fucking razor they can buy.
That razor on their fucking vajayjay, 100% should be using
better than anything they'll buy at CVS.
I'm not talking about that. Be great.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
So definitely help yourself out. And, it's a great way to support the show. Because if you guys listen to this show, you can, by buying Manscaped products, you're not only helping your life, but you're also giving back to the show. So once again, go to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off your entire order and free shipping. I do feel bad for the dude.
At
this
absolutely.
point.
Yep. Let me see it. Make it bigger.
One sec.
I want to see the guy in the back.
Power. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political power.
It's sad. He said, end of quote, repeat line.
Oh my God. You got to feel bad.
I mean, that also could just be a mistake. If you're just reading a teleprompter and you zone out for a second, you would keep reading.
But you know him. Come on.
Right. With him, it's because
and he leans in. You see him lean in.
With him, it's probably just because he's old.
Like Bubby being a fucking president.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of president, and so did you see, because this is why I say speaking of president, because I think he's going to run.
Guy.
So the Democrats don't have any good candidate at the moment, right? Like no one that we think of on their side that could run.
Back, by the way?
I don't know.
Okay.
No one that we think could run, right? Like Biden's not running again. He has 71%. Remember I showed, or we talked about this last episode.
Yep.
71% of Americans don't want him to be president or don't want him to run again is what it is. So they'll never
in.
put him in. Kamala has even lower approval,
which is unbelievable.
Hillary won't put her in.
No, not even a thought.
They try. I'm sure they're thinking about it, but it's not going to work. It would be fun to have a Hillary Trump thing again, like go back in time.
It really would.
That would spice things up a little bit.
I would like that.
Wouldn't it spice things up? Like we'd be glued to the TV all the time again.
No, I would like that. They should.
It might
do
happen,
that.
by the way. It might happen.
Wow.
We might not have better options.
You heard it first from Bronny right here. Wow.
No, people have been talking about it. People have been talking about that.
We still heard it first from Bronny.
So what I'm saying is the left has no good options. So I think that Newsom, the governor of California, who we talked about,
he'll lose.
I think he's trying to gear up
Good.
for the run.
I hope he does.
Because I don't think I think he can see that the party is struggling and this might be his time to swoop in, come out of nowhere and be like, I can run for president. He definitely wants to be president. There's no way he wouldn't. Look at him. He's probably wanted to be president since the day he was born.
Good.
He'll
I hope
probably
it's
run
him.
it. And I feel like, did you see the ad that he was running in Florida?
He's trying to get people to visit.
So let's just watch the
saw
ad.
that one, yeah.
And I feel like that ad is another, like he's starting to run little things all across the country.
Okay,
I
valid
think he's
point.
trying to get his face, because
Out
outside
there.
of California, he's not
a
as,
nobody.
right. So I think if he starts sprinkling his face around the country, but Florida is a swing state. Florida, a lot of times, decides elections. So I don't know. I think he might be starting to gear up for it. But this ad's hilarious. Newsom, Florida ad.
I was laughing. DeSantis.
And I think we might have a DeSantis Newsom. I think the two of them might go. The battle of the governors. I think it might be.
Interesting.
At least they're both young. I'm all for that. Younger.
Oh, fuck. It'd be great if it was.
At least they're young.
But then what's going to happen in Florida?
But Florida loves DeSantis so much that whoever became the next governor of
Has to
Florida
have same
would have
views.
to emulate DeSantis. They would have to come up like under him, because they could never. Florida is so one way now that it couldn't
is.
swing the other way like that. There's no way it
Let
could.
me see this.
It's Independence Day, so let's talk about what's going on in America.
California's governor.
No, just show me the fucking ad.
He's such a scumbag.
Why can't they just show me the ad?
That would be interesting, Brian.
Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
Let's see.
Or it's not going to let me do it because of Washington.
Oh, God.
I mean, all these places.
I know.
Yeah, here.
It's Independence Day, so let's talk about what's going on in America. Freedom, it's under attack in your state. Your Republican leaders, they're banning books, making it harder to vote,
not
restricting
true.
speech in classrooms, even criminalizing women and doctors. I urge
Criminalizing
all of you
women?
living
Okay,
in-
wait.
Pause.
Yeah.
First of all, they're not banning books. We're not taking away freedom of speech.
Yeah,
These
he
are
said
this is what Hitler. It's like
Yeah.
general conclusion.
It's just
They're-
full on
They're
lies.
criminalizing women and doctors.
Wait, do you hear what that he said? They're criminalizing women, meaning it's going to be
Yeah,
a crime
right.
to be a woman.
But so-
That's what that sentence
Wait,
means.
so if you're a woman and commit a crime, you shouldn't go to jail?
Like I understand what he's trying to say, but that's the wrong words. He was trying to say like women's freedoms are under attack because of like Roe v. Wade type shit.
Okay,
and
which is
abortion.
also not even true, but that's a separate issue.
But he said Florida is criminalizing
Do
women.
you
It's like when we say like we're criminalizing drugs, meaning like it's illegal to have drugs. We're criminalizing women,
okay.
meaning it's illegal to be a
But
woman.
could you imagine this propaganda? It's such
You know what?
fucking
Maybe we should criminalize women. Maybe women should. Maybe women should start out as criminals,
wait.
and then they have to.
Okay, let me know how it works.
Win,
after.
they have to win their freedom from
Okay,
us.
all right, Bronny. Let's keep our listeners. Listen to me for a minute. What I'm saying is, these conclusion statements. It's like he's saying we're Hitler.
Yeah. And meanwhile,
Banning
like,
books.
we're here.
Wait, banning books, taking away things in school. None of this is true. This is the fucking narrative.
By the way, that's what California does.
Correct. These are conclusory statements that are not even accurate. It's fucking comical.
Yeah. And it's just funny us living here because it only ran in Florida. So it ran to people who are living in Florida and thriving in Florida. Like we're sitting in Florida right now watching this and we're laughing at it.
I'm driving back from Miami today at 1 o'clock with Mom, and I'm on the highway and it's beautiful out. And I said, we're well traveled. We've been all, I go, there's no place I'd rather live than here. Literally out of the, like on the cement highway. That's how fucking great the state is. There's no better place.
It's a great state.
Look at the city you live in.
There are parts of the state that I'm sure are not good, but in general, we have it good compared to the rest of the
Look
country.
how good that city is. How beautiful and fun. I mean, aesthetically, it's gorgeous. All right, hit play. I want to watch the rest of this. Fucking
in Florida to join the fight, or join us in California, where we still believe in freedom, freedom of speech, freedom to choose.
Freedom. Did you hear what he said?
Jesus, freedom of speech.
Where we still join us in California, where we
wait.
still believe in freedom of speech. You have the least amount of freedom of speech in California than any. You have less freedom of speech in California than you do in probably Vietnam.
Okay, it goes one step further. So go back one notch before I talk about this picture.
Which okay,
How
great is this
I'm
picture?
gonna get that in a moment. Okay. All right, so they're right there. So he talks about
He said freedom of choice.
Freedom of choice. So you have a black woman in the front, a white woman to her right,
and an Indian
to the left.
Southeast Asian.
Meaning freedom of choice, like what related to the abortion shit.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
That's the
sure.
freedom of choice.
So you got the hat trick.
And also what he shows here too, like he shows join us in California and he tries to show how beautiful it is. So he shows Santa Monica,
which doesn't look like that. We've
Not
been
at all.
So we've been at, by the way,
This beach is covered in needles.
wait. We've been in Santa Monica many times, and we lived there for a month at a time.
I've lived there for years at a
But
time.
we rented the house a month at a time there, right?
Actually, the house we rented was literally right here.
Right.
So our backyard was literally in this.
First of all, there's nobody white on that fucking beach.
Okay.
Wait, second of all, wait. No, my
What,
point
is that a-
no? I'm saying
is that a
it's-
bad
No,
thing?
I'm saying it's probably all illegal Spanish people. It's a lot of Come on, Ronnie.
You said, okay,
no
first
point.
of all, there's no one white.
No, my point is look at Newsom with the fucking winery behind him.
Right, of course.
Okay, the guy looks like he's a billionaire. He
is, and he's a
I know.
scam
But
artist.
My point, he is dressed to the nines.
And
Obviously,
probably
has
Vineyard
money.
Vines and shit. Or Brooks Brothers.
Right. And he's showing this beach, which is clear and beautiful. It's filthy and the water's cold and it's not safe. Do you feel safe walking there at night?
Never.
No, not
And you
safe.
literally, the sand, there's needles in the sand. It's all homeless people now.
All
this
homeless.
entire beach is homeless
Right.
people, and the sand's dirty. It's
I've ran that every day, that fucking board. I would take my Great Dane out for a fucking walk. And I'm telling you, Bronson, I, as a guy with a fucking 150-pound dog, felt unsafe at nighttime walking that dog.
No, I wouldn't. In the last year of living in LA before COVID, we wouldn't go out here at night.
Nope.
And remember when we rented the house there and you were walking, so right before the
Scary.
pier, remember there's that intersection right before the pier? It's like a busy intersection.
Yeah.
Remember how many insane homeless encounters? Do you remember
No,
the guy?
screaming.
The guy who
People screaming.
climbed the telephone pole.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
There was a guy with no shoes and no shirt
just climb that pole.
who just got up on a telephone pole, climbed it, and starts screaming at the top of his lungs from
dangerous.
the top of the telephone pole.
But California's great. All right, so wait, hit play.
And then the next thing he shows
we
is
still believe-
probably his vineyard.
No, okay, the most beautiful grounds.
His vineyard, probably.
Right, dick.
That he got $3 billion or $3 million of in PPP
money, which didn't need it.
that he approved
Tax free.
Oh my god!
Freedom.
Then he shows a
shows
black protester
With the power. With the,
and it's like this is what burned the city of Los Angeles.
Exactly
I don't
right.
mean this guy. I mean
that's why you
protests.
moved.
Yeah.
No, that calm riots.
Speech. Freedom to choose.
This is the best
freedom
one. Pause.
from hate.
Yeah.
Go back.
So he says freedom to choose, freedom from hate.
Okay, this is the best one, which we know never exists. We have
No, never exists.
We have a good-looking black man with two kids in the middle
Light-skinned kids.
and an Asian woman in their family. No black
Yeah.
guy goes for Asian chicks.
a very
Does not
it's
happen.
a mixed race interracial family.
But I would have been happy with a white woman. Because black
Black
and
man, white women happens.
There's no black guy with
Black
an Asian
guy
chick.
with and she's
Okay,
like Asian
by the way,
Asian. She's
by
not
the-
American
by the-
Asian.
When that happens,
I'll
is
move
that-
to California.
No. That's funny. But that's as if there's no frogs in the rainforest. The whole ecosystem's gone.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, when I
That-
see this family out in the public, I'll move back to LA. How about that?
That
Gavin?
does not exist.
How about that, Gavin? All right.
Yeah, you tell him, Bronny. Go ahead.
From hate and the freedom to love.
And then they showed two lesbians
the
with
gay
the pride
freedom
flag.
to love. Because if
freedom
you're
to love.
because if you're white Republican, you have no freedom to love.
Do you know how many gay people there are in Miami? It's insane amounts of gay people
Nonstop.
in Miami. Right. So it's like,
And no
what are you
one gives
talking
a- wait,
about?
And,
We're-
and here's and no one gives a shit. Do you know?
No one gives a shit at all.
Don't even make an issue out of it. They make an issue out of it.
no
in
one
California.
thinks about it. Everyone just coexists.
Who cares?
Right.
But they make an issue.
Yes.
What was their Army ad? Raised by two women. Remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
My point is, nobody gives a shit.
Not at all.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. Look at them.
Don't let them take your freedom.
Paid for by Newsom for California Governor 20.
He says, don't let them take your freedom. California, you're the ones that take freedom.
No freedom.
I lived there. I saw freedoms go out the door. The day COVID hit, I lived in a communist dictatorship country. My businesses not allowed to open. You were not allowed to leave your apartment after 10 p.m. There was literally a legal curfew. You could get fined. There were police patrolling the streets.
No, that's fine. But still, till this day, every 3 out of every 4 is out of business. Every 3 stuff. Now, I'm telling you right now, guys, if you don't believe me, go visit. Every 3 out of 4 are out of business. They're board up still.
And homeless people have more freedoms,
More
than,
rights.
Than
They have the
homeless people.
freedoms. They have the freedoms.
Because if you own a $20 million house in Los Angeles and the homeless person decides that they want to live on your sidewalk right out front of your house, you can't do shit about it because they have the power in that. And the police can't do shit about it.
Right. Not only can police cannot do anything about it, but if you rob under $1,000, the police cannot arrest you.
Yep.
If you,
No, so you know what? There is more freedoms. Freedom to steal.
Right. If you have a business, they tax you higher.
They steal all your money.
Yeah, they 100% tax you higher.
Oh, I saw it with my paychecks. It was insane.
Every store is out of business. Okay. It is so. Yes, it is a freer place to live. Go and
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, go and knock yourself. Let me know how it works out for you. You stupid fuck.
How funny is that?
But look at him.
But I think he's gearing up.
He's as white, rich looking as you get, and he's going to talk about it.
Right.
How about power? He's like the Nazi regime. He made Florida look like we are the Nazis.
He's living in his ivory castle, literally because he's super white, looking down at everyone. But then he's the one that's saying, you guys are the problem.
What a dick. If someone even buys that shit, they should fucking be shot.
I wonder how much, I bet his house is worth 20 mil, right? It's got to be.
Where do you get his money from?
His winery? He's got to have got.
No, his wineries don't make money.
They're
all hobbies for the wealthy.
Yeah. Let's look at his Wikipedia. He attended Redwood University. After graduation, he founded the Plumpjack Wine Store. So he started his wine.
Plumpjack.
Oh, that's his.
Huge.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's his winery.
Yeah,
so he made his money in wine. But you have to have money first to even get into wine 100%. To make money. I'm sure his family is wealthy, right? He looks like he comes from money. Of course. I'm sure he's like a Kennedy type thing.
He raped people in fucking school. Look at him.
You know that when he went to college, for sure, paid off people with MBAs and shit.
That fucking hair and that smile.
Yeah, no question.
Smirk.
How
old is he?
Here it said Plumpjack Group grew to. How old is he? He was born in 1967.
My age, 55. Looks good.
So he started Plumpjack, grew to 23 businesses, including wineries, restaurants, hotels. Began his political career in 1996 when San Francisco mayor appointed him to serve on the city's Parking and Traffic Commission. So he was a businessman, but he got into politics in 96. So he's been doing it for 25 years.
I don't trust this guy at all. I don't trust him at all.
Yeah.
Find his house. Can you find his house?
Yeah, let's see. Gavin Newsom. Well, I guess he lives. Do governors there's like a governor house, right? That's owned by the state, I think.
Okay.
I think.
Who's more powerful, senator or governor?
Depends. Governor is much more powerful on the state level. The governor is like the president of the state, but the senator is a federal. So the senators make laws for the country. Governors make laws just for the state. Gotcha. Like Newsom has no power over Florida, but a California senator has power over Florida.
Okay.
So it just depends. This was August 2021. Gavin Newsom quietly sells Bay Area home for $6 million. That seems nice, but doesn't seem insanely huge.
Not if he on Plumpjack.
The
Plumpjack or Plumpjack?
Plump,
yeah.
Newsom resides in Sacramento County, where he left the 144-year-old governor's mansion in favor of a more modern spot in Fair Oaks that he bought for $3.7 million in 2019.
Cheap.
But $3.7 million in Sacramento, and that's Sacramento.
But even for him, that's cheap.
I'm sure it's cheap, but Sacramento is not. It's Sacramento. It's not huge.
He might run.
He's going to run for president.
Right. I think he might be right.
It's going to be him and DeSantis.
That's going to be him and Trump.
But Trump's going to try to run. But I think the party needs DeSantis.
I'd be happy with DeSantis as our president. I really would. I think he'd bring back order and structure into our country. Oh.
You can see that the media thinks that he's going to run because they've been trying to smear him and attack him already.
Gotcha.
So it's like, why would they try
poisoning the people?
Right. Because it's like, why would CNN care about what a governor does?
Why waste your time?
Like, they don't talk about any of the other governors. They don't talk about the governor of Illinois. They don't talk about the governor of Nebraska. But they talk about the governor of Florida all the time because I think they feel that he's a threat. So they're trying to eliminate the threat before it becomes a real threat.
Hey, quick question. Can I switch topics for a moment?
Totally.
Do we know what the deal's with that kid? I know they caught him. He's in jail. The one who with the 4th of July. Anything new? I haven't heard anything.
I honestly haven't.
Just because I don't watch it.
I haven't been paying much attention because
just get an update.
I try not to. But, so he was a white kid.
Everyone knows about it, right?
What?
What happened? Go ahead.
Yeah, you're talking about Highland Park.
Correct.
Yeah. For those who, because we didn't even say it, we just are reading each other's minds. But Highland Park, I think he is arrested.
That's the kid, the 22-year-old kid who shot killed 6 people.
7 now.
7 and like 23 injured.
Yeah.
In Chicago, in Illinois, on 4th of July parade.
Yes.
Okay.
He's in jail. Apparently,
he was on him.
Yeah, he was on like the list for the he was on like an FBI watch list and the town's watch list. So
yeah, I heard the father ran for mayor.
Did he?
Highland Park the year before and lost.
Highland Park shooter. I haven't really.
Yeah, he ran. Like, I blame the parents for when you have kids like this.
Okay, this is from 17 hours ago, so this will be up to date. Former schoolmates, acquaintances of accused shooter recall signs of
turbulent home life of accused Highland Park gunman Robert Cremo III.
Look how weird
looking
there
had multiple contacts with the family dating back to 2002.
Okay, first of all, he called it 2002. That's wrong. But it's 2002.
Okay.
But he said that So
that's what you're nitpicking.
Like the officials have had multiple encounters with the family due to his behavior.
If you see a kid like this, honestly, would you not want to?
Right.
I mean, you know he's a problem.
Of course.
You know he's a problem.
But that's also the weird thing. So it's like all his former schoolmates said he was a problem. The local officials were.
What about the parents?
No,
too,
but then it's
though?
like, but what do we do at that point? It's like, do you arrest someone before it happens? Because
I
it's
don't
like
have
if
an answer.
I know it's just.
I don't have an answer.
Prompting police to label Crimo as a clear and present danger.
The first known family interaction with police was when the suspected shooter was almost 2 years old. His mother, Denise Pacina, arrested for endangering the life of a child, accused of leaving her boy, Robert Crimo III, in a car with the windows rolled up on a
So he's
hot
probably had a
day
shitty
for nearly
childhood,
30
of
minutes.
course.
Robert Crimo Jr. categorically denying any abuse in the household.
Never, 100%.
This is his father.
I'm highly against it. I'm very much against it. I'll put it that way. And so is my wife.
Then, 7 years later, a well-being check by police. Crimo's mother told police his father, Robert Crimo Jr., was on the way home and there could be a physical confrontation. Later, Pacina met with police and said all was fine. Then, at the end of April 2019, police were called for a well-being check for the suspected
big
shooter,
deal.
with both parents present. Police say Crimo III was seen by mental health professionals a week prior after he threatened to kill himself with a
Should've let him
machete.
kill- should've let
Finally,
him-
just
look at him.
months before
Look
he
at
went
that,
through
Ron.
background checks to obtain his firearm owner identification card.
How'd he get that?
Police were called after a family member claimed he was threatening to, quote, kill everyone in the house. 16
So it
knives
was-
were
I
removed
blame-
from the home.
he should
along
never
with
gotten a gun.
samurai
16
blade and a
knives
dagger.
removed.
Crimo was asked if he planned to hurt himself or others. He said no. Highland Park police alerting Illinois State Police they believed Crimo III was a clear and present danger.
So the police
Should have accountability.
The police failed.
Right.
What
Right.
right? They were
Right.
aware of what
right.
a threat
Isn't
he
that
was.
just so? But then you go to the next question. What do you do?
Monitor him, make sure that he doesn't obtain a gun. Right? If
They
someone's
should
a,
never had him.
if
Get,
someone's a
so
clear
he got his own.
present
He got his
danger,
own gun.
I don't
permit?
know. I don't think he did.
Took the father's gun.
I think
or it's a
he-
rifle.
Let's see. He bought military-style rifles at a young age and posted videos online of bloody animated shootings.
But who knows?
Um,
So he's in jail, which is good.
how did he get his gun?
Janie's got a gun. So Bronny, I know you're gonna laugh when I
Here
say
it
this.
says
What?
Crimo's father signed a consent form in 2019 that his underage son needed to get a state firearm owner's identification card that would allow him to lawfully buy guns.
Okay, so you don't think there should be accountability for the father? Seriously?
Yeah, it says here the director of the state police said there was no. Here in January 2020, the state police approved allowing him to get his FOID card. What's that?
I don't know.
Probably something with the gun, right?
Okay,
FOID.
I have an issue with that.
FOID card. Firearm owner's identification
Okay,
card.
I have
Yeah.
an issue
So
with
they
that.
approved him.
I have an issue with that.
Yeah.
And I'm in support of having the right to have a gun. But that's a fucking joke.
No, they failed. They fucked up.
All right, so I know you're gonna laugh, and I don't know if you better find this, but just before you laugh, Tucker Carlson did a.
Well, I won't laugh just at that.
He did a thing. Is there a way to get in? It's Tucker Carlson tonight, TCT, I guess. He did a thing about young males with antidepressant and showing. Is there a way to find that clip?
Yeah, but if I play it, I can play it on the Patreon.
Oh,
If I play out the whole
gotcha.
thing, which we totally can, the video will get flagged, and then we won't be able to make any money from it.
Okay.
But we can do it on the Patreon and no problem.
Because
So
you know how we
I'll save it for the
you know how we do
Patreon.
Bill Maher, right? So you guys should join.
Remember, Bill Maher, we've only done a Patreon. I do it
Correct,
purposely.
but you know how we like a lot of stuff that he says.
Yeah.
This was a very interesting. I'd like you to find that clip.
put it-
So if you guys can join Patreon, you'll hear that clip in a couple of days. It's so unbelievable. When Mom and I were watching it, it's unbelievable. I think it's a big cause of what's going on. Like you talk about the plastic. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't really know much about it. But I was very
about antidepressant medicine.
What's going on and
yeah.
how that's causing
100%.
the suicides and causing the violent acts and
100%.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You got to see the
Because
stats.
I mean, we're over medicating
and wait,
and not fixing problems.
and-
We're putting band-aids on the problems that are making them worse.
and how Pfizer is the sponsor of every CNN, MSN, all of them.
yeah, of
and
course.
it says you got to see. He puts all showing it. This news brought to you by Pfizer, and it's unbelievable. It's so bad.
And it's so in our
It's
face.
it's so in our face. It's literally like it's so corrupt and so bad. Parents, get your kids off these medicines. Period. These kids can't be in these
I
medicines.
know. It's like for all of human history up until 70 years ago,
No one was on medicine.
No one was on medication for their mind, and everyone did fine enough. We don't need to medicate for everything.
Correct.
The problem now is like that's just everyone's go-to. So if there's like an 8-year-old, now let's do like a teen, right? If there's like a 16-year-old who is stressed at school, which by the way, every single 16-year-old since the dawn of time going into school
Should be stressed.
has had stress. That's
Correct.
part of what school is for.
Part of life.
Because you're going to have stress at work, and school is setting you up for success later on in your life. That's the idea of it. It doesn't really do it, but that's a story for another time. So what's happening nowadays is like a 16-year-old is stressed or worried about failing their test, right? And then they come home and they're like stressed, and they tell their parents, "Oh, I'm so anxious about school," which is like now they label all these things because if you hear anxiety, then you're going to be like, "Oh, I'm a little nervous. I guess I have anxiety." So you're going to tell your parents, "Yeah, I'm anxious about this test." And the parents nowadays are, instead of being like, "You're fine, buddy, you'll get through it," now they're like, "Oh no, something's wrong.
Go see the doctor.
Let's go to the therapist." And then the therapist right away just boom, antidepressant. So then it's like now this person, instead of learning, okay, wait, when I'm stressed, I can hunker down, get through it, and I'll come out the other side. Instead of that, they just get a blanket put on their stress, and they don't feel it anymore.
label and the conclusion.
But then it's like they'll never learn, because then they'll keep taking that for the rest of their life. So they'll never learn that they actually can cope through the stress or through the anxiety or through the depression, rather than just medicating it. And it's setting, and then it's like the rest of their life. If you don't learn to cope with that kind of stuff in your teens and your 20s, which is your formative years when you're going to, you're not going to learn it in your 60s.
By the way, your easiest years.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's your easiest years because it's meant for you to learn how to get through those things. You're not learning that when you're 60.
Right.
So if you're medicated until you're 45, you're going to fuck your life up.
So as a parent, don't put your kids on medicine. Tell them to fucking work out. Tell them to join a team sport. And the worst thing your kids can do
That's
is
probably a problem with it too. That kids are much more sedentary, so their anxiety is building up.
So I'm saying, so the worst thing you do as a parent is throw out the video games. If your kid is a gamer, throw out the fucking video games. The gaming is terrible. Okay, and number 2 is get your kids in exercise and group sports. Team sports are the best fucking. The old saying, the pack corrects itself. They take care of each other. It's this camaraderie. There's commonality, but I'm telling you, medicine for your kids. Now, I'm making a general statement. Obviously, there are kids that 100% that need medicine.
100%.
Yeah. So please.
But it's not. It's much less than even half of.
So
what
let
it
me
should
have
be.
that disclaimer, because I'm not saying no medicine for kids. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, but most kids probably don't need medicine. They probably need exercise, better eating, better stimulation for their mind, not fucking game with the video games, and not being so locked in their fucking room and doing things by themselves. I'm telling you, it's the worst. If I take the fucking phone away,
the internet, social media,
take the phone away, the laptop. They should not be by themselves doing these things. When we grew up, Ronnie, we went to school, even high school and middle school, and we literally went ahead and we did after school activities with sports, clubs. We didn't get home till 6:30. Then we ate dinner. You know when we did our homework? 7:30 to 9 or 7:30 to 9:30. That's when every day. That's a long day, right? We weren't home at 2 p.m.
That's what I did too.
Every kid played sports and did stuff, whether it was drama, choir, newspaper. I was in them all, by the way, and sports. I was in all of them. And you did it, and you came home and did your fucking work. Today,
I'm sure at some points you were like overwhelmed with something. It's like,
okay,
but that taught you that you can handle it, because I'm sure you're much more overwhelmed with things now,
correct,
in your 50s,
and it made you well-rounded, because you only you didn't just say, I'm only doing sports, I'm only doing school newspaper. You were well-rounded, and instead of getting maybe an A, you got a B, but you're busy with other activities, so you became well-rounded and well-versed, and that's what you fucking do.
And there's also just too much pressure that's culture, society, colleges, and parents put on kids in school too. It's like, it's not that big of a deal.
And you know, college,
for you to get 100.
Whenever you get into the fucking college, whatever college it is, it's the right college. Who gives a fuck?
But the
parents are the ones that do it.
And also the multi-billion-dollar industry of colleges have convinced teens and parents that it's the most important thing in the world.
And it is not.
The only reason why they convince you that is because they want your money.
It is not.
It's not. Not everyone needs to go to college.
But wait,
not everyone should go to college.
Whether you went to American University or fucking Dartmouth, big fucking deal. By
It
the time
doesn't
you're
matter
50.
at all. And it doesn't matter if you got the 98 or the 89. Doesn't matter.
No.
As long as you learned it and you understand what's going on, that's all that matters. But the kids put so much pressure on themselves. The parents
But the
put
parents
so
need
much
to
pressure.
take more of an active role to fucking shelter their kids from this shit, to do the right thing. The parents need
Or
to take an
not
active
shelter the kids. Let the
Now, I'm
kids
not saying shelter them in the sense where coddle them. I'm saying if they get
shelter them for the influence of
the influence of the bullshit.
Right.
Make them the best human beings.
And the influence
the
of social
parents
media.
are fucking weak. You need to make your kids.
Yeah.
Let's move on to
a fatherly advice. Okay.
But I want that, Tucker. I want you to listen to it.
We'll do it on the Patreon.
Okay.
Okay, this one says, Dear Jon and Bron, my wife and I are American expats living abroad and have been married for 2.5 years with a baby boy. Despite the distance and COVID restrictions, my wife has had quite a few opportunities, even for long periods of time, to meet and build a relationship with my parents and my siblings, and they love her like a daughter and sister. The same is for me and my in-laws. I grew up in a home that very much believes in limitless hospitality for family, whether it be kids, in-laws, or even cousins, no matter how long of a period their stay is or for whatever reason.
It's nice.
However, since COVID regulations became more lax and my wife was pregnant, we've had a discussion about parents and siblings visiting and staying in our home for extended periods of time. I'm a big fan of my parents' policy I grew up with, but my wife says there need to be boundaries that are a bit too short for my taste, especially since we don't get to see my family as much because we live in a different country. Other than most of the typical reasons for wanting to set boundaries, i.e. always needing to be a good daughter-in-law, avoiding judgment, etc., one particular reason she cites is that since we're both Orthodox Jews, when my wife is around other men, she needs to dress in a certain modest way when around men who aren't direct blood relatives. So the only time she's able to dress comfortably is when she's home or in a room alone. My dad is old and planning to visit later this year for over a month as part of celebrating his retirement, and I already told him it would be best for him to get an Airbnb for his own boundaries, but my wife still thinks it's too much for her since he'll probably spend the majority of his time with us and would sleep over the weekends and the Jewish holidays. I remind her that when her mom came after my wife gave birth, she stayed for a month and a half, and I never complained once and never would if any of her siblings or her father wanted to stay long. And she replies by saying, good for me that I'm comfortable with that, but she isn't if the roles are reversed. The only reason I see this as a hill worth dying on is because of my parents' age. Hers are over 20 years younger than mine. And I don't want to prevent my parents or my kids from being able to maximize the opportunity to have a relationship and memories beyond FaceTime calls. We only get to visit America about once a year for a short amount of time to split between my parents and hers. But my parents, especially my dad who's retired, definitely have the ability to spend long periods of time visiting us or even come multiple times a year. Am I being unreasonable? Is she? Is there some way for either of us to meet in the middle, and how? All the best. Big fan of the show from early on. If you guys ever make your way to Israel, let us know.
Okay, well, we will eventually get to Israel. We will let you know. And did he give his name?
He wanted it to be anonymous.
Okay, first of all, you're a nice young man. He's a very well-written.
Yeah.
And you could tell he's a very nice young man. Mm-hmm. It's a tough call. I guess I understand how you were raised in Orthodox Jews, a little bit different, so I get, you have no issue with parents staying in the house for a month and a half.
But that's the real kicker, is that is her or her side of the Orthodoxy.
Well, no, but
she can't, she has to act a very certain way if there's another guy in the house.
Yeah, but it's a difference though. But if her mother stayed a month and a half, then why can't his father stay a month?
I agree. She might just have to suck it up. But
I think she's just being the woman.
But it's also
part's coming.
different because if her mother's staying in the house, this guy can still do what he wants. If his father's staying in the house,
she can too. She said it's not blood. As long as it's not blood, you have to dress in a certain way.
No. It's the opposite. If you're a Orthodox Jewish woman, post bat mitzvah age, you can't show your skin around anyone that's not your direct family member.
But the father-in-law is.
It's her father-in-law.
It's not blood.
So she will have to always be dressed a very certain way in her house. But she might just have to suck it up.
But they chose to have an Orthodox lifestyle.
Right.
And his father's not going to be around forever. And if he's coming here, that's why you need a case, Barney. It's on the glass right now.
It's okay.
You're going to step on it. You want to get it? To the left. Get a case. Are you
I don't need a case.
Okay. You have a screen protector on it?
No.
Of course. You're above it. So here's my point to this guy.
I've had this thing for 3 years. It's
Now
fine.
you jinxed it. Now you fucked it up, idiot. So here's the thing. I think you sound like a very articulate, well like a nice young man, I think she has to suck it up. It's your family. You do it for her. She has to do it for you. A lot of these women do, for some reason, I'm not saying she's one doing it, but these women treat their in-laws different than they would treat like their side. I've seen a lot of women.
I mean, is that
no? But my point is, you can't have it. You can't say, well, my parents can stay for 2 weeks, but your parents can stay for 2 days.
Right? You cannot do that.
I'm not gonna treat like you.
It has to be
Equal.
fair.
It has to be equitable.
If her mom stayed for a month, then your dad can stay for a month. And if she's uncomfortable with it, then she's going to be uncomfortable for a month.
Correct.
And that's just part of her being a good wife.
It's equal.
Right.
You have to do, because what's going to happen is,
of course.
What's going to happen is you're going to resent her. If she doesn't do it and you let her run your shit, which sounds like she's going to, because that's the way Jewish women are, you will 100% you're going to resent this woman down the road when your dad dies and couldn't spend time with you. And that's not fucking right or fair to you, period.
100%. You just have to say, look, this is the way it is. He's my father. He's going to be staying with us. And I'm sorry that makes you uncomfortable, but it's only a month and we'll get through it and it'll be fine. And it's just the way it is because he's my dad and you're my wife and I'm asking you to do this for me.
And you do it for her.
Right.
You literally do it for her. It's not like you're saying you're not asking for something you wouldn't have done. Right. You literally do it. Now, for someone like me, even though I'm close to my boys, I guess it's a different culture in the way you were brought up and so forth, but I would visit you for a month, but I would never stay with you for a month.
But that's just different.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's appropriate for me to impose I would see you when I would get it, but
that's our Jewish, secular, Jewish New York culture.
That's what I'm saying.
Their Orthodox is real. It's very different.
I get it, but
sure.
I'm just throwing my 2 cents for what it's worth. So I think it's so nice that you both are very close with your family. I think that's great. But she's part of the Orthodox culture. She has to suck it up. I'm sorry. That's just the fucking way it is. If she has to dress in a certain way, she has to dress in a certain way. Especially, you live in Israel and your parents live in the United States. You don't see them often. So give me a fucking break. If they're coming for a month, you suck it up for a fucking month.
Right.
And,
it is what it is.
And you have a 2-year-old, which they're going to want, the grandparents are going to want to see. You have to suck it up 110%.
Yeah, I think you just have to put your foot down and be like, this is what's happening.
Right, be a man, bro. Be the fucking man.
It's my house, and
it's
staying.
my dad.
Your mom stayed, and so my dad's going to stay.
And my dad's not going to live forever, and this is important for children. It's 1 month out of the year. Big fucking deal.
Right, exactly. If the dad was moving in with them permanently, different story. He's visiting for a month.
And then you have to talk about it too, because let me tell you, sometimes you have to fucking do the right thing.
Even then, it still might be the compromise of this sucks, but we got to do it.
This is what you do family.
This sucks way less.
Right.
It's very temporary. So for 1 month that she's a little uncomfortable, it's fine.
No.
And how uncomfortable? So what? She has to wear different clothes. Okay.
Right, but that's a choice she made.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no judgment, but that's her lifestyle.
It's her lifestyle, and so that's part of the lifestyle.
Which is a choice.
There are inconveniences to that lifestyle. Living in any orthodoxy, there are sacrifices you have to make to obtain the lifestyle.
Yeah, to me, this is an easy answer.
Yeah,
but I really appreciate it. It's a great topic you brought up. Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention, asking our opinion. We value that, and it was well written. I think it sounds like you have a nice family on both sides. I think the fact that families want to be with one another, I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think you're very blessed.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And hopefully you're a Patreon member.
I think he is. I know he's a long-time listener.
Gotcha. So we appreciate that. Enjoy the baby and stay safe in Israel.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, I love you.
Love you too.
We're out, everybody. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.